I'm afraid I wasn't sort of part of the audience, although my wife was. And I think the reaction was, he did pretty well facing up to all the trials, but just found him a bit annoying.
Yeah, I think he came across as that kind of odd, a bit awkward uncle that's at the family Christmas, I think that's kind of how people have taken to him. And I think a lot of the celebrities that were in there with him actually said that they had to mentally separate Matt, the man in the jungle, from Matt Hancock, who did all those awful things during the pandemic. And that was the only way that they could get through. And I think there was quite a shock that he did so well in terms of coming third, because when he went into the jungle, he was actually the bookies' favourite to be the first voted out. So, he did turn around opinion in terms of he got through all the trials. He really got stuck into the trials and did very well when it came to that. He came across as an okay bloke, but I think again you have to separate that from everything that we know that he did during the pandemic. His time as health secretary and the bad things that we know him by. And another interesting thing that's come up through this is the discussion of TikTok. His team massively used that platform to galvanize support for him. And TikTok's got a really young audience. These are people who perhaps might not know that the things that he did have, an awful impact on, and one that can't be changed on the whole country, and the things that he did during the pandemic. And they just see him, like I said, as this dodgy uncle who dances a bit, badly and has a bit of a laugh, and is someone we can laugh at. So I think that helped him a lot.
I understand there has been some discussion, though, as to whether there was some PR operation being launched with all those TikTok votes. And we knew, of course, some of the MPs were also voting. And this is part of the reflection about all these things like Big Brother and so on. It is your public perception necessary, not who you are, really.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both when it comes to this. He went in there and we only knew Matt Hancock as the things that he did during the pandemic, the person we saw on television in that official capacity. But I think the thing that underlies all of this, and yes, we got to know Matt the bloke, but equally Matt the bloke who went in there should be in Parliament working. We are paying him to do a job that he has sacked off for the past month. And yes, he's been stripped, he's stripped his whip and all of that, but ultimately, will he come back from this and continue with a political career? Who would have confidence in him as a politician when he's happy to just drop it all when a reality show comes along? So there is this underlying context that kind of weaves its way through what we see on screen in the jungle.
And do you think there's an element of the